What's up, guys? Blake Allen here with CoinHub. I'm going to be talking about some quarter errors that you guys should know about. This is, I think, my second full-length YouTube video ever for CoinHub, so I thought I would talk about some particular errors that you should be out on the lookout for, whether that's in your pocket change or your coin roll hunting. Doesn't matter, just some quarters that you should know about. And we'll go ahead and start with the newest. We're going to talk about 2020 quarters. There's a whole slew of errors to be talked about here on the 2022s. We're going to talk about one of those today. We'll make a video down the road about other 2022 quarter errors. Like, I'll make a whole video about it. But right now, we're going to talk about the die chip that can be found on the lip here on George Washington. A nickname for this error is the Drooling Washington quarter. So let's have a close look at what one would look like. All right, so here's a normal 2022 quarter. You can see there's nothing fancy about this coin. It is completely standard. No visible errors on this coin. So we'll pull that one out. And this one is the one you're looking for. And you can see right there, that's a really large chip. Most of them will not be that big. This is a really exceptional example of what you're looking for on the chip on the lip or the Drooling Washington quarter. So keep an eye out for that. This one's in fantastic shape. It's fantastic size. This one's probably worth upwards of 10 to 15 bucks just because of the size of this chip. Whereas if you had a smaller one, which I can probably grab one right now, I'll show you that. Let's see, this one's significantly smaller. You can see that one. This one might be 2 to 3 bucks. I would hold on to these for further down the road, but that's most certainly what you are looking for on these 2022s. The next error we're going to talk about is the 2005 Kansas quarter. This one's pretty common. I have found quite a few examples of these. They're not worth a fortune, but let's point it out what you're looking for. So we got this sucker on the scope. One of the things you can look for, this is kind of a side note, you can look for something called the Sptting bison error. It's going to be a die crack running out of the bison's mouth. That's not on this particular example. You can also look for the double hump bison. It's going to have an extra hump up here. That's some doubling there. But that's not what we're looking for in this particular one. We're going to look for the In God We Rust error. It's simply In God We Trust without the T, or in this example, the T is incredibly faint. And that's a strike-through error caused by grease getting caught in the die. And this is a okay example of what we're looking for. A really good example, the T would be pretty much gone. This one's just quite faded, as you can see there. And that's because, like I said, grease got cut up in the die. And that's on the 2005 Philadelphia, Kansas quarter. This might be worth 5 to 10 bucks. All right, for the next quarter, we have a 1999 quarter. It has Delaware on the back. You're going to look for something called the Sptting horse error. It's very similar to the Sptting bison error. It's going to be a die crack running out of the horse's mouth. It's going to be right here. It might be difficult to see with the lighting, so let's go ahead and zoom in. There we go. We got a better angle anyway. Right here, you can see that coming out of the horse's mouth. That is a die crack. That's exactly what you're looking for. This quarter's in actually really great shape, which obviously when a coin's in better shape, the coin's going to be worth more, especially if it has an error or it's a well sought after coin. In this particular example, it does have that error. So this is a nice piece. It's really well defined. That's exactly what you're looking for on these 1999 quarters. I would probably be able to sell this one on my Whatnot page for 10 to 15 bucks. So I'm not saying that's what they're all worth, but for myself, I would sell this one on my Whatnot for approximately 10 to 15 bucks, seeing what people are paying these days on my page. Lastly, we got the 2008 Alaskan quarter. This quarter is relatively common, the error we are looking for on this one. Dare I say it's on almost every other Alaskan quarter. So these don't bring a tremendous amount of value. I have quite a few of them myself. If you have like 10, 15 of them, you might be able to sell them together, maybe for 10 to 15 bucks, varying on how many you have. I sell these on my Whatnot for about 3 or 4 bucks a piece. So what we're going to do, we're on the back side of the coin. We're going to look at the paw right here on the bear. Another name for this error is called the extra claw in his paw. It's easy to remember because it rhymes. So let's go ahead and just zoom in a little bit and just get a good look at that. You can see there's a die chip error here. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It looks like he has 6 claws. One's just kind of angled funny. That's filled in with extra material there. So that's what you're looking for on this. Again, these are incredibly common. It's relatively difficult to see with the naked eye. What I like to do when I'm on my coin roll hunts, which you might see me do on my live videos, I'll use a loop, and if I see it, then I'll move over to the microscope and show my live audience what we're looking at. So that right there is exactly what you're looking for on the Alaskan quarter. Again, these are pretty common. So I appreciate you guys watching this video. Be sure to drop us a sub if you haven't subscribed to us already, and check out some of our social media platforms on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, you name it. There we have combined about 1.4 million followers. So let's see if we can grow that here on YouTube.